The real estate market today is as competitive as ever. In my 20 years of doing this has been one of the most difficult markets I have ever seen for home buyers. It's really, really tough out there. So in this video, I want to give you 5 tips for making your absolute best offer. Hi, this is Andrew with the Andrew Smith team at eXp Realty. And today's market is one of the strongest seller markets I have ever seen. And standing out as a buyer is absolutely crucial if you want to get your offer accepted. Chances are every single home that you're looking at is going to sell extremely quickly, and it's going to receive multiple offers that result in a bidding war. So with that in mind, here are 5 things that you can do to put yourself in the absolute best position to be the winning offer. So number 1, it's important that you know your budget. So you want to get with your lender as soon as you can and start working on your pre-approval. Now, this budget isn't just for how much home you can afford, but it's also going to give you an idea on the total cash that you have available when you are making an offer on a property. And here's what I mean by that. In many cases, homes are selling for above the list price. If you write an offer above the list price, which you may need to do in order to be the best offer, there's a good possibility that that offer price, the contract price, could exceed the appraised value. If that is the case, you're going to need to bring in the difference between the appraised value and the contract price in order to close that transaction. Which means in addition to your down payment and your closing costs, you may have additional funds required to cover that appraisal shortfall. So working with your lender up front to go over all of the numbers and your budget is going to allow you to be in the best possible position each and every time you're ready to make an offer on a home. Number 2, you need to be prepared to move fast. It's very, very difficult, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, to realize how quickly properties are selling today. In many cases, a property may be listed in the local multiple listing service as a coming soon to generate interest in the property before it actually ever goes live. As a result of that, when the property does go live, it's not uncommon for there to be multiple offers within just 1 or 2 days of that property being listed. If a home comes on the market on a Monday, thinking that you can wait until the following Saturday or Sunday in order to review it and then spend some time determining if you want to make an offer, it's going to be too late. The home is already going to be sold. So it's really important to work fast, move fast in order to get into the property as quickly as you can. I understand that's tough because it's a large financial investment and it can feel as though there's added pressure. But that's where you should have a good guide that's helping you, which brings me to point number 3. Work with a local real estate professional that understands the market that you're trying to buy in. They can help advise you on what the market conditions are, let you know how quickly you're likely to have to move, and help use their relationships that they've developed over time in your advantage to try and give you the best guidance that you need in order to know where that offer should be and how quickly you need to move. All right, number 4, you want to craft a strong, fair offer. Again, it used to be in the past that you'd work with your agent, you'd kind of see what market value of the property was by seeing what the most recent sales were. And then you would put in an offer somewhere at or just below that price in order to start negotiating with the seller. All of that is out the window in the current market right now. The market value of a home is whatever somebody is willing to pay for it. I've had many buyers that we've been working with lately where we've been offering $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 over the list price of the property and still not being the successful offer. Those are the conditions that we're in. So having an agent that can work with you to let you know if there's a possibility that that home could appraise for higher than the current list price, and where you should structure your offer that fits within that budget you worked out with your lender before the process started. And number five, understand the seller's needs. Okay. But resist waiving all of the contingencies. So, when crafting an offer, it's really important not to just put the same terms on the paper each and every time or on the offer and just submit those. You really want your agent to reach out to the listing agent in advance to find out if there's anything specific that the seller is looking for. Some sellers need a slightly longer escrow period or a delayed closing date. Others need to close within, let's say, 30 days, but might need to stay in the home for an extra 2 weeks, 30 days, or even 45 days while their next home is being completed or that fits in with their timing. Being a little bit flexible in some of those other terms can put you ahead of the competition when you're writing those offers. But at the same point in time, while I understand that you may have to stretch your budget and pay over the appraised value, I would caution anyone to completely waive all of their inspection contingencies on a home. You never know what you can find, and there could be something there that could end up costing you tens of thousands of dollars in a repair. And by the time you figure it out, you're not going to be able to cancel. It's going to be too late. So even if you reduce that inspection contingency window down, I still highly recommend that you keep that in there just to get a good idea and for your own knowledge on the condition of the property. So hopefully these 5 tips help. If you've got any questions whatsoever about your particular situation, or you need some help in knowing whether now is the right time for you to consider buying, please feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to talk to you. And you can reach me at 888-447-9650.